Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Gridiron Entertainment, the official podcast where we only talk about football and football only. I'm Omar,
I'm Mo.
and today we're going to break down the latest in college football news. We're going to start off with Gus Malzahn and his latest new job with UCF. We're going to talk about that, give our thoughts, and talk about his contract. Secondly, Auburn announced their A-Day, and we're going to talk about who we are the most excited to see going into the Brian Harsin era. Then we got news out of Michigan talking about Joe Milton entering the transfer portal, and we're going to discuss where we think he'll be a great fit at, like where we think he's going to go. Then we're going to talk about a new article that ESPN put out about the way too early top 25. We're going to break down the top 5 teams that made the list. We're also going to talk about who we think is the most underrated SEC team going into 2021. And then we're going to end off the show with our predictions for the Florida Gators. Mo, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. Episode 5.
Episode 5, yes. I'm excited for this. A lot of news happened. Very, very interesting to see Gus get a new job. So that's what we're going to start off talking about. That's what we're going to start talking about.
Before we start,
Okay.
Dude, the NFL episode, oh my God, it's going to be insane. We have a lot to talk about.
Yes, I cannot wait. I hope more news comes out for next episode so that, we can discuss.
We already have a ton to talk about.
Oh, absolutely. I am excited for next week. But this week, we're talking about college football, bringing it back. Finally, Mo, some big news. Gus Malzahn hired by UCF, 5-year contract worth $11.5 million. And he also gets $21.5 million paid by Auburn from his contract in 2017. Mo, I want you to break down your thoughts on what do you think of the hire by UCF? Do you think this was a great hire by them?
Yeah, I think this was a great hire. I think Gus, he needed a change of scenery, and I think UCF is perfect because he could get recruits and he's in Florida too, which is perfect. I mean, Florida's known for having talent. Some of the best talent in the country. So I think that's a good fit for him. I think UCF, they needed him. And I feel like if he does good enough, he could go to a way better team. So I wish the best of luck for him. And the thing is, he's getting $32 million in total. He is getting paid.
I know. Auburn gave him that big contract, and he's getting more money too. 5-year contract with UCF. And I also want to talk about the hire. I like it a lot. I think it's a great place for Gus to go. I think the pressure of being in the SEC and being in Alabama shadows behind him. I think right now he can kind of take a seat back and he can just do what he does. Now, I don't know if he's going to bring back that 2013 offense that he had. I don't know if that's going to be his priority going in, but I think with the boosters not in his ear constantly telling him who to hire, I think for Gus, just to get out of that pressure for now, I think it's good. And who knows, maybe in a year or two, if he does really well, he'll probably get a bigger job at maybe at a SEC school, maybe at a Big 12 school. But I think for Gus to get this job, it's not, the pressure is not so high. We already know what he's done. 2013 SEC champion, appearance in the national championship. He also won the SEC West in 2017, beat Nick Saban 3 times, which is
dude. Here's the thing about Gus. In his last year at Auburn, I feel like the reason why they did so bad is because he was so under pressure. I feel like remember when he said 6-4 is a solid season? I feel like that was taken so out of context, and I feel like everyone was just hating it, just giving Gus the biggest pressure. I feel like he wasn't motivated enough to be the coach at Auburn. So that's why I'm glad he's at a smaller school, so he can get he doesn't have that much pressure anymore. He can get the
his confidence back. I guess you can get that back. I also think so too. With Gus, I liked him as what he brought to Auburn. He ran a clean program at the end of the day. I just think that when you say that, he said 6-4 is a solid season, I also took it to heart as, why do you think that's a solid season? We could have beaten South Carolina. We didn't show up against Georgia. We got blown out by Alabama. The thing is with Gus is I know he's going to say he said it's been a pandemic year, but Alabama went undefeated in a pandemic year. So, that's not really an excuse. to be honest with you, unless everyone decided to get hurt. He wasted the 2019 season. He wasted that defense with Knicks there. Like,
Well, I mean, you can blame like the refs too and like the schedule.
I can, but scheduling in the SEC is tough. Auburn's a tough school. Like,
We played like five like top 10 teams.
I know. And the thing is with Gus, for what he did at Auburn, it's good, but it's not like we want to be like Alabama so bad, but they have more money than us. They have better facilities, better recruiting, better coach. It's obvious that we're not gonna be up there every single year, but it would just be nice to be a 10-win team every single year.
I just want to like right now. I just want to see like a playoff. Like in the long run, I just want to see a playoff appearance right now.
I want to see a playoff appearance in the next 3 years. If I don't see that, I'm very disappointed. Like for the playoff to be around since 2014, and we have not made it one time, and we weren't like ranked in it once or twice. Yeah, in 2014.
In 2017.
Yeah, in 2017. It's just we could do better. I just think right now with Harsin, what he's bringing, I really like the culture he's bringing in. He's I've read good things right now about him. He's
a player's coach too.
100%. And I think that we just want to be on par. We need to win the games that we need to win. Okay, we should not be losing to South Carolina. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We should not be losing that game. There's so many teams we should beat. We have to finish games as well. So we'll
it's just
see.
Like Auburn is just so inconsistent. It's insane.
That's the problem with Auburn every year.
Like one year they're gonna do amazing. The next year they're gonna go 6-6, whatever.
Exactly. So I think for Gus, this is good. I think that he just doesn't have the pressure of the boosters on him right now. And I think he'll be able to get his mojo back if he can just win at UCF and just do well, win a couple of AAC titles.
He's a good recruiter too.
He is, and he's going after some Auburn recruits. So please, Auburn recruits, don't go to UCF. Come to Auburn. Come to us.
I feel like I think I don't think anyone's gonna transfer anymore from Auburn because I feel like they're getting used to the staff. And I heard a lot of things that like all the players they really like. They're getting like along with the staff really well, which is good.
Yes. I mean, it's great. That's a great thing to hear. You gotta love it. To be honest with you, I'm happy that everyone's getting along, and I haven't seen any like complaints right now. The recruiting class we brought, we're bringing in we're just plugging in positions that we need right now, which is great.
We're getting O-line too. Do you see the recruits?
Yes, and that's what we needed for the past 5 years, and we couldn't get that. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
We'll see what happens with Gus. I think he'll do well, and I hope he really gets his mojo back and is able to play in a Power 5 conference soon. Moving on into more Auburn news, because we like to talk about Auburn. They announced their A-Day for April 17th. Mo, I want to ask you, who are you the most excited to see on April 17th?
Obviously, Demetrius Davis. I'm obviously excited to see Demetrius Davis play. I want to see how he plays. I want to see like how he does. I mean, obviously, I'm excited for like Tank, like Smoke Monday, all of them. But I'm most excited for Demetrius Davis and Bo Nix too. I want to see how he does.
Yeah, and also for not having an A-Day last year, we weren't really able to see what the players brought to the table. We weren't really able to see what the Chad Morris offense would look like. Thankfully, he's gone. But I just want to see how everyone adjusts to the new offense, because we got Bobo, and we got him, and I want to see how the offense is going to adjust. I want to see Demetrius Davis.
I hope I don't see 3 screens like in a row called. Do you remember that?
I remember on 3rd and long, they would just call a screen, and I'm like, why?
Dude, there was like, I forgot who they played, but there was like this one game, they ran 3 screens in a row. 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, and then 4th down.
Run the ball 2 yards, 2nd and 8, run the ball 2 yards, 3rd and 6, screen, loss of like 4.
Exactly.
4th and 10, punt the ball. So I don't want to see that. I want to see more creative plays. I want to see players excited. I'm also actually what I'm excited to see. I'm not like one specific player, but like a player group. I want to see how the wide receivers play.
Oh yeah, same.
I want to see who's going to be the wide receiver 1 with Seth Williams out. I want to see who's going to be our speedy guy now that Stove and Schwartz are out.
I also want to see like our defense too. I want to see the D line. I want to see how
I need to see them not let Tank gash them like every single play. Even though Tank is great. I just don't want to see Tank gashing for like 20 yards each play. You know, I want to see some run stuff. I want to see how. No, I'm not really worried about the secondary. I really think the secondary should be improved. I also heard that we might.
When do you see Derek Mason's defense?
I'm excited about that too. It's going to be interesting to see. There's a lot of key positions. It's just let's see how I just want to see how the offense will look. I want to see how the receivers play. I want to see if Bo Nix has made any progression because like it's like year 2, he didn't really do anything.
I'm getting really impatient with Bo Nix.
He just regressed really badly. Those 3 picks.
At first I always defended him. Now I'm just.
His first year, I defended him so much, and then this year, I was just like, "Bo, what are you doing throwing 3 picks against South Carolina?"
He doesn't even set his feet right.
He just scrambles like Patrick Mahomes. He's not Patrick Mahomes, but he just scrambles like crazy. I'm like, dude, throw the ball away. You know what I mean? Just throw it away.
Like, he's never confident. That's the thing.
And, you know, quarterback's supposed to be confident. You know what I'm saying? So I think I want to see if Bo Nix actually improved his pocket presence. I want to see if he's improved his reads because he does not know how to read a defense at all. But I want to see Auburn players succeed. I don't want to see anyone fall off. That's the thing.
Exactly.
But sometimes you have to be harsh on them. Now I know they're better athletes than me, and they're 100 times better than I am. But it would just be nice to see at least you progress as a player. Don't just stay the same or regress.
Especially for them, like if they want to go to the NFL, they need to progress.
Exactly. I mean, I remember when Gus said that Bo Nix is going to win a championship.
Oh God.
Yeah, that didn't pan out. So far, it didn't pan out. We'll see what happens.
Especially Bo Nix. This is his last chance. You know, this is junior year.
I really want Harsin to be hard on him too. I just want him to know. I want him, if Bo Nix does bad, throws like 2 picks in a row, right, to bench him.
Exactly.
So.
And please have a QB battle as well.
I want a QB battle. I think honestly, Mo, everyone needs to fight for their position now. There's no starter now. I would everyone from square one, everyone's fighting for their position. There's no starter right now.
That's the thing.
Except for maybe Tank. Except for Tank. Tank is like.
Yeah, Tank is secure.
But like quarterback, line, receivers, D line, linebackers. Not the corners are like fine, but we'll see what happens. Also, I don't know if you heard, but I saw on Twitter that we might be getting a transfer corner.
Who?
West Virginia corner.
Oh, that guy's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a 5-star.
Yeah. We might be getting him.
Oh my God.
The crystal ball is predicting that he goes to Auburn. So
dude.
Hopefully that is correct. So we can use the depth, to be honest with you.
Exactly. Wait, is he like a freshman or like what?
I don't know. I haven't really read too much into it. All I saw was on Twitter saying that he could be going to Auburn really soon.
Yeah, like the thing about so here's the thing about Bo Nix. I feel like he knew he's gonna keep the starting spot no matter what because there's no other like last year there wasn't any other QB who would take him like
Grant Loy.
Exactly. So I feel like even if he did bad, he's still safe. That's the thing that like I hate. I feel like if you do bad, you lose your spot. You don't just keep your spot.
You have to have a spark on offense. If your quarterback is just throwing picks and they're not moving, you have to make the switch.
Exactly.
No one's job is secure. So
and you have to like teach them a lesson too. Like if you bench them, they'll learn. Okay, I'm not gonna do that again.
They'll learn. They'll be like, okay, my job is not secure. I need to go prove myself out there that I can do the job. So
I have a question for you.
Okay.
If Demetrius Davis does take over Bo Nix, do you think Bo Nix will enter the transfer portal?
I think Bo Nix will enter the transfer portal. If Demetrius Davis does well for like the first half of the season and Bo Nix is just not catching up and will not get the job again, I could see him just putting his hat in because as Bo Nix had that security, now that Demetrius Davis is coming in, he's going to be worried.
Yeah.
I also just want to see Auburn just develop a quarterback instead of just getting a transfer. It would just be nice for once. It would just
exactly.
All right.
I just want to see Demetrius Davis and Tank like run the option.
Oh, me too. Well, we'll see on A-Day what happens. I'm excited. It's nice to have some football coming up. I know we're still like a month and a half
Well,
away,
wait,
but
is there gonna be fans?
I think probably like 10% capacity.
Oh dang.
Yeah. I look, like for me, if we're gonna have a full house, maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I really, if everyone gets vaccinated this year, I don't know if maybe by October we could have full fans. I just want it'd be nice to have full fans for the Iron Bowl.
Dude, I swear, the day that fan full capacity comes back, I better hear a loud crowd at Jordan Hare.
Me
I better
too.
hear a loud crowd.
We need to go to a game too. So,
Damn.
all right. Let's move on to our next topic. We're going to talk about Michigan quarterback Joe Milton. He is entering the transfer portal. I've watched Joe play.
He's a good player.
I think he's a good player too. I just don't understand why he would leave. I don't know what threats there were at Michigan. I don't think there was much going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there was.
I feel like he just doesn't like Harbaugh.
Maybe that's just the style of the offense doesn't work, even though he's a pro stock quarterback. He has 3 years of eligibility too. So I mean,
Oh dang.
I'm just surprised to see him want to leave. To be honest with you,
Something must have happened, honestly.
maybe something happened with the coaches. I really don't know because I'm reading this right now, and I'm seeing like Florida State being the move because he is from Florida.
Mm. But then don't they already have a QB?
They got McKenzie Milton from
Yeah.
UCF.
Yeah.
But remember, there's no your job is not safe no matter what. I just think it's good to have quarterback competition. You know what I'm saying? I think
Well, yeah, you're right, you're right. But a place I was thinking he'd go was A&M actually.
A&M actually want to be because they kind of need their quarterback. I really don't know who their quarterback is going to be next year because I haven't really seen A&M's offseason, to be honest with you. But
I feel like he'd be a great fit, honestly.
I think he would be a great fit too because I'm looking right now that there's going to be two freshmen fighting for the quarterback job in the spring for
Dang, two
A&M.
freshmen.
Zach Calzada and Haynes King. Maybe it'll be good for Joe Milton to go to A&M because if he goes there, you just let these two guys, learn the offense because we're in a pandemic here. It's kind of hard to see what's going on. But if I were them, I would go after Joe Milton. Why not? Why not bring in that depth, bring in that experience? He has experience, so he can kind of teach the younger guys how to, you know, he'll just teach them how to because he has that college football experience. He has that Division I experience, so he can just teach them along the way. And then when he's done, well, he has 3 years eligibility left. That's the thing. So one of those freshmen could leave if he goes to A&M. But I'm reading that Florida State would be the place for him. I think because he's from Florida, I could see that happening. Maybe
Yeah.
Florida themselves, maybe the Gators. I don't know, but I like their quarterback.
No, bro, stick with Amari Jones, honestly.
And Maury Jones, I like him a lot. I remember watching him in when he played against Auburn.
Oh yeah, when Kyle Trask got hurt for a little.
He did pretty good.
Yeah.
He did pretty good. So where do you see him going, Mo? Like you said A&M, right? You said
Yeah, I see him going to A&M, honestly. Because like they have their QB just left, Kellen just left. They already have a great system. I feel like QB a perfect fit in their system.
Yeah.
Like you obviously know A&M with their pro style QBs.
Yeah, and they have their defense is also really going to be coming back stronger. But I can see that happening. I can see
And
them
they have a great
bringing
O-line.
Yeah, it's just the experience too. You bring in that experience and you'll be fine. And if he does bad, you can just bench him, and then we'll have another chance to transfer. But I think A&M, you come in, you got a great coach whisperer and Jimbo Fisher. You saw what he did with Kellen Mond. You saw what he did with Jameis when he was at Florida State. I think why not go to one of the best quarterback whisperers in college football?
Exactly.
So I can see that being a fit. All right. So ESPN came out with their way too early top 25. Well, we kind of discussed this earlier in the show. I'm going to read you the top five. We're going to start at number 5 with Ohio State. We're going to
Oh my God.
All right. So 5 Ohio State. They lost, obviously, Justin Fields. But Ohio State, they always reload like Alabama does.
How do you go to the Natty and then you get pick top like 5th the next year. That's so stupid.
They lost Trey Sermon, Justin Fields. They lost some people on the O-line. Sean Wade
They
is
still have
gone.
the best receiving core in college football.
Yeah, they got Jalen Ballard coming back. They got Amika Igbuka coming back, great quarterback. They got this freshman named Jack Miller III. He set the Arizona high school record with 115 career passing touchdowns. And he was his backup. He was Fields' backup last year. And then they got another guy, and then they got the number 2 pocket passer from 2020 and CJ Stroud. And then they got an incoming freshman. That's the number 4 pocket passer this year.
Dude, they are not running out of QBs.
It's just like, it just reminds me of, you saw how many great Ohio State quarterbacks came through. You had a Cardell Jones, you had Joe Burrow.
Do you think Ohio State is QBU?
Honestly, it's either them or Oklahoma, because Oklahoma has 2 number 1 overall players.
Oh yeah, and Heisman winners. But Ohio State's definitely up there because they keep getting these top quarterbacks, these top pocket passers. It's crazy. So 5 Ohio State. Mo, where do you think they should be ranked? Do you think they should be ranked a little bit higher or lower? Dude, at least top 3, honestly. I mean, yeah, I'll put them 3 over or under Bama and Clemson.
Okay. All right. Now, number 4, Georgia. They are returning 9 offensive starters, 5 defense, and 2 special teams. They lost Aziz Ojulari, great linebacker. Eric Stokes, they lost him. Richard LeCount, like a bunch of great corners and defense. Oh my goodness, they lost.
They're gonna have a young defense next year.
Now their offense though, is gonna be pretty sick. All right,
dude, George Pickens and JT Daniels, man.
And their receiving core is crazy too, and their offense is great. I really don't understand why JT Daniels didn't start week 1.
Yeah, like he wasn't even hurt, right?
No, I don't think it was hurt. I think it was fine. I just don't know why they started the other guy. The other guy's, no offense,
trash.
He's not great.
What was his name again?
I don't remember his name. I forgot. Week 1 guy, and he just fell.
Oh, it was Mathis.
Oh, Mathis. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
dude, they almost lost to Arkansas in the season opener.
Yeah, I know. But their defense still, they lost a lot of production on defense, linebackers and corners.
I mean, their defense is still going to be good because they're a defensive-minded team.
Absolutely. Do you think 4 is the right ranking for them?
Yeah, maybe 5. Yeah, 4. 4 is all right.
4 is all right. Okay, all right. So number 3, we got Oklahoma. They have 6 offensive starters returning. They got 8 defensive starters and 2 special teams, but apparently the defense is like non-existent in the Big 12 anyway. You already know who's coming back. We got Spencer Rattler coming back. He did fine at the beginning of the year. He didn't do so good, but he picked it up in the end. I can see they have Kennedy Brooks coming in. But they lost. They lost a lot of players. They lost offensive linemen.
Dude, don't get me wrong. Like Oklahoma, they're a very talented team, but they are not even close to top 3. They are not top 3.
I would not put them top 3. I'd probably put them like 5 or 6. I just don't see the hype.
The thing about Oklahoma, they always lose in the regular season. They never go undefeated.
They lose to like some random team like all the time.
They lost to
Kansas State. Then they lose to Kansas
twice,
State.
back to back years.
How do you lose to Kansas State again? Like, no offense to Kansas State, but like if you're gonna go back to the playoff, you can't lose 2 games. Okay.
Exactly, especially with that talent on your team.
Yeah. So, do you think Oklahoma is ranked too high? You think they should be a bit lower?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that happening too. We'll see. They have an easy non-conference schedule. They're playing a road contest at Tulane. They're also playing Western Carolina at home as FCS, and they're playing Nebraska. By the way, Nebraska, I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's year 3 of the what's his face?
Scott Frost
era. They got to make some improvements.
I know you like Scott Frost.
I do, but he needs to make a bowl game.
Exactly, man.
Like make a bowl game.
The thing about Nebraska, they get no recruits.
Who wants to play in Nebraska? Who wants to play in Omaha?
Exactly. Well, I mean, Joe Burrow wanted to, but they said he wasn't good enough.
Happens, and then they regretted it. But Oklahoma is ranked too high for me as well. I just don't see the hype in them. They're probably going to lose to Kansas State again because it's just an Oklahoma thing to do.
Man, imagine they lose 3 years in a row to Kansas State.
Yeah, exactly. It would just be a tragedy, to be honest with you.
The thing about, like, dude, their defense was so bad last year.
Their defense is not that good.
Dude, like, when was the last time Oklahoma had a good defense? They've never had a good defense.
Probably when they played in a national championship against Florida. Tim Tebow was there.
Exactly. Like when they had Baker Mayfield, their defense was trash. Kyler Murray, their defense was trash. Last year, Jalen Hurts, their defense was trash. And then now.
Well, actually, when you see, they actually did better on defense this year. Apparently, did you know this past season they ranked second in the Big 12 in scoring defense and run defense, and third in total defense?
Well, I mean, Big 12 has bad defenses.
Yeah, but I mean, it's improvement. I think that if they could if they can like lower the scoring, if they can improve the yardage and total defense, they'll be fine. But I'm not a believer in Oklahoma. I think Spencer Rattler is going to be a Heisman finalist for sure.
Yeah, I could see it.
I can see it too. So they haven't won in two decades. They haven't won a natty. So we'll see what happens with them. If they can make a playoff appearance, I think that's just improvement itself. But they have to win.
And they always make the playoff and they get destroyed.
The strength of schedule, SEC is built different. So we'll see what happens with Oklahoma going into the 2021 season. All right. Number 2 is Alabama. I do not agree with this. I don't agree at all. Look, okay. You lost Mac Jones, Najee Harris.
They lost their entire offense, basically.
Jalen Waddle, they lost offensive tackle Alex Leatherwood, who's a beast. Deontay Brown, who's a beast. Dylan Moses. Patrick Surtain is gone. But with Alabama, they always seem to reload. So they have 4 offensive starters returning, 9 defense, and 1 special teams. What Alabama always does, and this is just something that Nick Saban's just great at: rebuild and reload. All his OC, every time a coordinator leaves, he just finds someone else, and they do just fine.
They have Bill O'Brien now, right?
They have Bill O'Brien as like an analyst, I think. I don't think he's like an OC. Oh no, is he?
No, he's the QB's coach in the OC.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Bill O'Brien as a GM. Maybe as an OC he can do better. As a GM, never again. But Bryce Young obviously coming back. We got Brian Robinson, who's great. He's very underrated. No one really talks about him.
That guy's a monster.
John Mechie is really, really good too.
Yeah, he's good.
And Dylan Moses is back for his senior year. He's gonna run it back. He's trying to prove him wrong.
Dude, that guy's a beast, but he's just injury prone.
Exactly, he is. Also, did you know that? So the Tide opened the 21 season against Miami, which they'll win. They're gonna play road games at Auburn, Florida, Mississippi State, and Texas A&M this year.
Oh wow!
Road stretch is gonna be interesting. I just with fans it would just be, crazy. But we'll see what happens with the pandemic this year. But to go to those 4 teams, it'll be interesting to see how Alabama does. I really don't see them falling off. If they lose, I can see them maybe losing 1 game, but it'll be like by like 3 or something. But Alabama being at 2. Mo, do you agree with them being at 2? I don't.
No, I don't at all.
I think they should always just be 1. They went 13-0 in a pandemic year. And that's just enough for me to say, okay, these guys are still going to be legit no matter what. It's just Alabama.
Plus Clemson, they lost in the playoff. They didn't even make the natty.
And also Ohio State. And
yeah,
to me, but Alabama should be 1. It's just no.
Yeah, Alabama. I'm interested to see Alabama's offense next year.
I am too. I want to see how Bryce does with his new OC. I just don't. A lot of people are saying that they're not believers in Bryce Young. I am. I think he's going to be great. Yeah. Like people think he's like overhyped, but to me, I think he's going to be good.
I mean, like from what I've seen, like when he was playing in garbage time, he did really bad. So
we'll see. I think he'll pick it up. I think he'll be just fine. Alabama at 2. I don't agree. Mo doesn't agree. There should be 1. Moving on to number 1, and we all know who number 1 is. It's Clemson. They lost Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, and Amari Rodgers, and a bunch of other great players. They have 5 offensive starters returning, 10 defensive players returning, and 1 special teams projected to come back.
10 defensive players returning?
Yes, they do. And they have a running back coming in named Will Shipley. He's going to be coming in. We also got the the freshman that came in last year for Trevor Lawrence when he was out.
DJ.
DJ Jalili. Okay. Yeah, I think I got it right. Okay.
I just call him DJ. I'd never try to say his last name.
Okay. He did good.
I love DJ. He's a beast, honestly. And like like when they lost to Notre Dame, it wasn't his fault at all. He had a good game.
He did. I still like the offense. Justin Ross is also coming back. Don't forget that. Monster, he's from Alabama. Great player. He's their defense was young last year, and it's gonna be better. They're gonna be a lot better. I actually want to see how they do in the SEC because they opened the year against Georgia and Charlotte, and we'll see what happens with that. Also, North Carolina's there. Notre Dame is still there, but I think Clemson is still going to be top of the ACC again. Their offense is in good hands. Like Dabo being the great recruiter that he is, he'll be great. Also, 3 starting offensive linemen are coming back, so that's great for them. There's no starting running back yet, but I think just put someone that's decent and they'll be okay. And Clemson should be pretty good again. I know Trevor Lawrence is a big loss and Etienne's a big loss, but I think they'll go back to the playoff again. We'll see if the result will be different this time. And
it's not like they don't have a hard schedule really.
It's ACC.
Exactly. Like who else is good in the ACC other than Clemson?
North Carolina.
Wow. I guess Clemson, no chance.
All right. I can see North Carolina being like that sleeper team in the ACC. But yeah, like I don't agree with Clemson being 1. I think there should be 2. Like just flip Alabama and Clemson and the list is fine. But the other teams, I know you went through them and you were not ecstatic about any of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's such a bad list. This is why you don't like ESPN lists are just like the worst. I don't know if they're like trolling or not, but they're so bad. It's like they never watch college football.
Yeah. But yeah, those are our thoughts on the Way Too Early top 25, the top 5 teams on that list. And now, Mo, I want to ask you a question. Who do you think is the most underrated team, underrated SEC team going into the 2021 season?
LSU.
Okay, why do you think LSU is?
Because they had a bad year last year, all right, but people are acting like they're gonna keep being bad. They're not. They're gonna be good again. Just they had an off year. Okay, they lost everyone. They have to get they have young players. They just need to get their QB situation sorted. I think they'll be fine. Like they already have great players. I mean, they got Derek Stingley. He's probably gonna leave this year. Like they just have great players all around, and I think they'll do fine. Not like as good, obviously, as like when they won the Natty, but I think they're not gonna be as bad as people say they are.
Yeah, I agree. And also them firing Bo Pelini was the best thing they could have done.
Exactly.
Because he is awful.
He is so bad.
But they have a ton of talent. There's going to be a QB battle going into that year, by the way. Miles Brennan's going to return. He had an abdominal injury. He's going to battle Max Johnson for the starting job. There's also Keyshawn Butte. I think you've heard of that name before. He sounds
familiar.
He is good.
Is he 5-star?
He's a receiver. He was on the team last year, but he was besides Jamar Chase and Marshall, he was also really good.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have a new receiving core now.
And also, they also have a bunch of offensive linemen coming back, like seniors. So I mean, their line's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't agree with Bo Pelini was just so bad. It was just not great.
Their defense is atrocious, honestly.
But they lost so many players though. Can you really blame them? If you were that good that year, would you leave? I would.
I mean, when you have Derek Stingley, I wouldn't think you'd be that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Derek Stingley's a top corner in college football. So
yeah. Also, Orgeron's still looking for a DC. He hasn't found one yet. So just letting you know that right now.
He needs to hurry.
Yeah, they do need to hurry. But Bo Pelini's gone, thankfully. But I can see LSU having some kind of a bounce back. They're going to be better than 5-5, which is pretty much they're going to do better than 500. I just don't think they're going to have a fall off year. Don't blame Orgeron for the terrible year that they had with all those great players leaving. I just think that he needs to make better hires in the coordinator's positions, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I guess my underrated SEC team would be Arkansas. I really think they had a bunch of nail biter games that they should have won. They should have been Auburn. They should have been
They get
LSU.
robbed, honestly.
They did, and Sam Pittman made that team 100 times better. And I really do see Arkansas maybe upsetting a team or two. They could probably be LSU.
The thing is, I don't even know a lot about them. Like, who's gonna be their QB? Like, Felipe Frank's left, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, so like, I don't know who their QB is gonna be.
I just think that with them, they can't get any worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they'll get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see them doing bad because look, the year they had, it was just they had a year where they surprised. They just got better. They weren't like the team that you slap around every.
See, I'm telling you, Chad Morris was the problem.
Chad Morris was the problem. Brett Bielema was the problem. It was just all bad. But listen, one guy actually, Mo, we saw a quarterback playing against Auburn when Felipe Franks was out for a bit. KJ Jefferson.
Oh yeah,
he came in for a bit. He's gonna be a sophomore. I think he'll be the guy, and I can see him just taking. I can see Arkansas went 3-7, but they lost games that they got robbed. Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't see Arkansas doing worse. I think they're going to be better. I can see them going maybe 600 or 5-7. I just think that the Sam Pittman effect has been great, and he is a player. This guy is a good coach. He's a great players coach. I've heard great things about him. He's not. He wants to win in Arkansas. He looks like he's committed to the program. I just don't see. I can just see Arkansas winning games where they're like, wow, they actually were able to pull it off. Not like the refs not helping them out when they should have gone 5-5. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Arkansas
they're Arkansas getting good recruits, right?
Arkansas. I mean, they're getting up there. They're doing their thing. I don't know how the recruiting class was, but with what I see, what I'm reading, I mean, I can see Arkansas fans are excited again. They're not like, oh, here we go again. I think with Sam,
I feel like there's like more hope now.
There is more hope now. It's not like, okay, like look, we can win more games. Like we don't need to go 3-9 again or 2-10. We can go.
Ooh, their 2021 recruiting class, they finished 24th in the nation.
And for them, for a team that went 3-7, that's pretty good.
They got 3 4-stars.
That's not a surprise. It's an SEC school. They're gonna get 4 stars.
Yeah, you're right.
Besides Vanderbilt, but we don't talk about Vanderbilt here. But with Arkansas, I can see them. They're gonna be, if their quarterback plays great, if they play really good, if KJ Jefferson shows out and has a killer year, Arkansas will be set for the future for the next like 2 years. If things go well this year in 2021, 2022 could be a year where they take the next step, which is winning. Like,
and their O-line is going to be great as well.
Well, Sam Pittman used to be an O-line coach, so I mean.
Yeah, exactly. He basically like made Georgia's O-line elite.
Exactly. So Arkansas, you are my underrated team going into 2021. Underrated SEC team going into 2021.
Yeah.
All right, Mo. We're gonna predict another SEC team. I know last week predicted Auburn. We had a great long talk about that where we talked about our thoughts on what's gonna happen this year. But this time we're gonna talk about Florida. Now, Florida lost a lot of great players. Okay, they lost Kyle Trask. They lost Tony. They lost Kyle Pitts. It's gonna be, their offense is gonna be a little different going into this year. So we're gonna predict these games. We're gonna go ahead and predict these games. Week 1, they play Florida Atlantic. Who you got?
That's a win for Florida.
I can see them winning that. They should win that with ease. Great, it'll be a great, morale booster. And then week 2, now first 2 weeks of the year, not gonna be so bad. They play South Florida next in Tampa. They play in South Florida. Who you got?
I got Florida as well. Again.
Florida
so
as well.
This is 2-0.
So 2-0. I also have them at 2-0. It should be wins against these. It should be 2 easy wins for them. If they don't win these games, I'll be disappointed. But it should be 2 easy wins for Dan Mullen. Going to week 3, and this is where it gets interesting. They're playing Alabama in Gainesville.
Man, dude, I wish there was a full capacity.
Well, with their governor, they're gonna allow a lot more fans than 10% or 20%.
Dude, like it's so hard to play at the Swamp. It's insane. Like at a full capacity.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy to play there. Like the atmosphere is just through the roof. So I'm gonna let you go first. Do you think Florida can pull off a win against Alabama?
Oh man, this is hard. This is gonna be a top 10 matchup, maybe top 5. Here's the thing: both of these teams are gonna have young offenses and young defenses as well. They're gonna have young teams, so it's man. No, I have Alabama. I have Alabama by like. This is probably gonna go to overtime. Honestly, it's gonna be a close game.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Alabama as well. I really think their defense will be better. I know they lost Patrick Surtain, but they got Dylan Moses back.
Oh yeah, and Florida's defense. Oh my God, they need to get a grip.
And Florida's defense is atrocious. If Bryce Young can actually come in, and if he is a beast and just dots up the defense, and Brian Robinson runs all over them, it's not going to be a game.
This is gonna be the first test for Bryce Young, honestly.
I think it will too. It will be too. He's going into a tough environment. It'll be interesting to see. But I got Alabama winning this game. I really just think they're just way too much for next.
I wouldn't be honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Florida wins.
If Florida wins this game, I wouldn't be surprised either. If Florida by this time of the year, they should be in the top 10.
Yeah,
I can see
maybe
that.
like top 8.
Yeah. It'll be it'll be like one of those games that could go to game day for week 3.
Yeah.
So I can.
I mean, it should be a game day.
Oh, I would put it in game day too. If they don't, then it'll be a travesty. But it depends on what else happens week 3. But I think this game would definitely have a lot of eyes on for a lot of college football fans will have their eyes on this game coming up.
And another thing is, like, there's still COVID, so a lot like some players could get COVID and like miss the game.
True.
Major players as well. Maybe this could be so that's gonna be a major factor as well.
Yeah, just how do you play around the COVID pandemic is going to be very tough even for teams last year where they had games postponed. But I hope that there will be no postponements for this game. No one gets sick and we have everyone fully healthy because I want to see a great game.
Same.
Week 4, we got Tennessee going to Gainesville. Obviously, Tennessee got a new coach. We got the UCF coach. They are a dumpster fire, by the way, Tennessee. Oh my goodness. Dude. I am so glad Auburn is not them because we were about to beat them.
Exactly. Dude, honestly, I feel like Tennessee, they're only gonna win like 2 or 3 games next year.
Okay. I think with new coaching staff, yeah, I can see that. I got Florida winning this game. Look, this is a rivalry game, by the way, too. This is a rivalry game. Usually at the beginning, Tennessee plays close, and then the other.
But here's the thing: instead of Florida, and you know how Tennessee they play really bad on the road, especially against good teams.
I got Florida obviously winning. I think they'll win by like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, same.
Week 5, so we have them at 3-1. Week 5, we got Florida playing Kentucky and Lexington. Kentucky is an interesting team. I like Bob Stoops a lot.
Yeah.
I like what he brings.
Joey Gatewood's gonna play, right?
And Joey, yes, I was about to say that. Joey Gatewood will be if it depends on what happens, but I'm pretty sure he will be the starter. Obviously, him being a former Auburn Tiger, me and Mo liked him a lot. We still think that he should be starting over Bo Nix, minicam. Never forget. Anyway, I just want to say right now, I just depends on how Joey Gatewood plays this game. To be honest with you,
he only played like 1 game last year, right?
Yeah. I think this is going to be interesting to see. It's in Lexington, and imagine if there was full fans at this game. But anyway,
yeah,
I don't think so in October. I want them to, but I don't think it will happen. I have Florida winning by 7. I think it depends on how Joey plays. If Joey plays great, then it'll be a closer game. Kentucky could win.
This is gonna be a close game. Don't sleep on Kentucky. They know how to upset teams.
Oh yeah, I know.
But I have Florida winning by possession. It's gonna be a possession game.
Okay, yeah, okay, I can agree with that. I just don't. It'll be a close game. I'm not down in Kentucky at all. I know they can
Kentucky,
fight.
they know how to upset teams.
They can pull off a few upsets. I just want them
This
to.
is in Lexington too.
Yeah, exactly. So this could be an upset, but I just think Florida's gonna win this one. It'll be close,
Yeah.
but I got Florida, like you said, by possession. I got them by 7, but yeah. So we have them now at 4-1. We are going into week 6. They're playing Vanderbilt. Do we care?
Nope, Florida by 40.
Florida by 40. Week 6. Well, look, Vanderbilt played close against Florida last year. Don't you think that was kind of weird?
Yeah, but like now they have a new code, they have a new staff.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Sarah Fuller's gonna score for them? Like,
yeah. Look. Florida's gonna destroy in this game. I think Vanderbilt will be like, okay, it'll be like 7-0 in like the first quarter to like Florida, right? And then after that, it'll just get out of hand.
Yeah.
So I got Florida winning. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 5-1 going into week 7. They're playing against LSU and Baton Rouge. Last year, Mo. Remember when Wilson threw the shoe?
Dude, all he had to do was just go to the sideline and not care, and they would have won the game.
And then they would have. I think they would have cared more. I know they cared in the SEC championship, but they would have cared a little bit more because more would be on the line.
And it would have been, it would have been like a more dramatic game.
Yeah. So it's in Baton Rouge, and I hate picking against LSU and Baton Rouge. I think I told you this last week with Auburn. It's not easy to pick LSU. It's not easy to pick against LSU at home. But I think Florida's gonna win this one too.
I feel like they're pissed after what happened last year.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna get the revenge. I think they're gonna be LSU.
All right. So LSU. So we got Florida winning. So they're 6-1 right now. Me and you have them at 6-1. And then they got the bye, and then they're playing in Jacksonville, Florida against the Georgia Bulldogs.
It's actually perfect that they have a bye right before Georgia.
I think it is too. I think it's just great for them to, they can just recover after playing against Alabama, and it's not Alabama and LSU, by the way.
This isn't a neutral zone too. This isn't Jacksonville.
Well, and it's not neutral because it's in Florida.
You're right. I mean, Georgia's gonna show up.
Yeah.
Georgia fans are gonna come.
Okay, so who won this game last year? Wasn't it Georgia that won this game last year?
No, Florida won.
Oh yeah, right. Florida destroyed them. I think I picked. Yeah. Oh yeah, because George Pickens was out this game last year. Yeah, he was out.
Yeah, no, that QB, I forgot his name. He's like that short guy. He did trash.
Okay.
Oh, Stetson Bennett. That's his name.
Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
Guy. They're getting to the Alabama game last year. He actually did good, and then he kind of fell off in the second.
Oh, in the fourth quarter, he did trash. He threw like 2 picks.
So Georgia has a good offense. We were talking about this earlier. I'm going to go ahead and say that Georgia gets their revenge. I think because of what happened last year, if everyone's fully healthy, I think Georgia's going to win this game. I got Georgia winning by a possession.
And the fact that we've seen what JT Daniels is capable of, but we haven't seen what Florida's capable of, I have Georgia winning as well. I think they're going to get the revenge.
Okay. So we both have Georgia winning. It's just they're mad. They're mad. They need to prove the year they had last year was not up to par.
That's a huge game for Georgia too, by the way, and Florida.
Absolutely.
If they want to win the East, they have to win that game. They have to beat each other.
So we have Florida at 2 L's now, though. So what does that mean for Georgia? We'll see what happens.
The thing is, I feel like Florida wouldn't be mad if they lose 2 games. They're still a young team,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but every year it's like, okay, Florida, we need to make it to the Natty. We're getting tired, But okay, so we got Georgia winning. Next week, they got South Carolina in Columbia.
I have one for Florida. South Carolina are not going to do good next year.
Yeah, they're not going to do good.
Did they even get their coach?
I think they.
Oh, yeah, they got the Oklahoma assistant.
That's not bad. Better than Will Muschamp.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Will Muschamp, did he get a job?
Yeah, he got a job in the Big 12.
Where? What is he?
He is. I just need to quadruple check. Oh, he's with Georgia as an analyst.
Oh wow! Wait, what's he gonna do?
He's gonna be like a defensive coach. That's good for him.
That's good for him. Yeah.
He's on the same conference too, by the way. So
Yeah.
and not a lot of pressure. So yeah, we both got Florida winning against South Carolina. It's not going to be close. All right, we got Stanford playing in Gainesville. Who you got?
Florida.
Is that even a question?
Exactly.
Yeah, I got Florida winning. All right, then they go to Columbia, Missouri to play the Missouri Tigers. Mo, what do you got?
Florida as well. Missouri are not good at all. They are not good.
Just not it, to be honest.
Exactly. They've never been it.
They were it like when they first joined the conference, 2013.
Yeah.
No, 2013 and 2014, they were it because they made it to back-to-back SEC championship games.
And lost both of them.
Yeah. But yeah, I also have Florida winning. It's just why would I want to pick Missouri? Plus, they haven't been relevant in a long time. So I got Florida. And then we got the rivalry. We got Florida playing Florida State in Gainesville.
Dude, like Florida is literally Florida State's son. So like I have there's no chance Florida State's gonna win. I have Florida.
So I will say this: Florida State was with Jimbo, they destroyed Florida all the time.
Yeah, but like now.
Oh yeah, Florida State's a dumpster fire. Ever since he left, they're just a dumpster fire.
Like I don't know why, but Florida State fans, they always hype them up every year. They always act like they're gonna do good, and then they just do trash.
Yeah, I felt bad for Cam Akers his last year there, but anyway,
I feel bad for Francois. He would have been a beast.
I know. I have Florida winning this game. I just don't see Florida State. Though obviously because it's a rivalry game, it's going to be close. Just because rivalry games, besides Iron Bowl last year, they usually end up being close. It's just because that's their rival.
Yeah, like they have more motivation to go out and win.
Exactly.
They want those bragging rights.
Exactly. Plus, if Florida State's not doing great that year, they'll have nothing to lose. Even though I like Mike Norvell a lot out of Memphis, he came out of Memphis, good coach. I think that it's just Florida State's just not there yet. They're not there yet.
They're still rebuilding.
They need a couple more years just to get to where they want to be. But I have Florida winning by 2 possessions.
Florida winning as well.
All right, so we have them at 10-2. Do you think they make the SEC championship, or do you think they don't?
Well, I mean, I don't know who's Georgia's playing.
All right, so I guess we can do Georgia next week, and we can just talk about what we think. We'll do you know what? Let's just do an SEC East, West, and East team, and then we'll move on to a different conference after.
Yeah.
We can just do that. So next week, we'll do a SEC West team. Because we don't want to we just do West East. Okay.
We could do LSU next week.
Okay. LSU, it is next week. Okay. All right. I think LSU will be a good way to end the show for next week. But Mo, do you have any more closing remarks before we sign off on episode 5?
Go all War Eagle, obviously. Screw Bama and screw Georgia.
Yes, I 110% agree with you, Mo. For now, though. It's also before I close out the show, just want to say, be ready for Tuesday's episode.
Oh, dude, I can't. I'm so excited. It's insane.
We have a lot of news to cover. We have a lot. There's so much that has happened.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's an hour long, honestly.
I'm excited to see, and I just want to see more. I want to see more trades. I'm waiting for free agency that's coming up in less than a month. I'm excited for that. But this is where we end off the show. For now, I'm Omar.
And I'm Mo.
And we will see you guys on Tuesday.